Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? Back in your life once again. It is Monday, February 24th, 2025, and this is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen. Here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, whatever it is that you did. I hope you all are enjoying your Monday, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're at work, whether you're on break, whatever it is. As always, I am Steve, but I am not alone. I'm here joined by my good brother, the one, the only C Peasy. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Happy Monday to you.
Yo, dang, Steve, it looks weird in that room. All the bright lights coming in, man. What?
Yeah, I know,
it's
man.
It's dark.
It usually is, yeah. Usually, but normally this show would be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, but being that I have to do something later on today, I had to, I didn't want to cancel the show. I didn't want to cancel the show, like, because there's a lot to discuss from what happened, all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let me do the show early. This is like, see, would you consider this brunch hour? No, right? This is still like, for some people on the workplace, it's still lunch hour, right? Late lunch hour, whatever it may be. At this hour, a lot of the kids got out of school. So, yeah, consider this your mid-afternoon edition of Steve's Kitchen. But I hope you had a good weekend. First and foremost, you
you too.
you booked a great card on Thursday for the culture.
Oh man, that was a crazy show. I kept watching it back. It was hilarious. Oh man, Hulk
Like,
Hogan, bro, he didn't want to do the job. Do you know how
it
much
was,
chaos that show was backstage, Steve? We
oh,
were
bro, I
trying to
heard
sit here in the meeting rooms trying to convince Hogan to do the job. He was like, "Oh man,
that'll work for me, brother.
yeah." He
He
said
was
he already did the job in 2023 with the big Mike card, so he said he wasn't gonna do it again.
not again, bro. That ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna lose to those pals, pal. I ain't doing that shit. But yeah, man. I even enjoy like that. Again, I had to be at work at 4 a.m. that Friday, so I did watch the ending of it, like that fatal 4-way, bro. That fucking fatal 4-way. Just the beginning of it, the same the spears and shit. Joel Embiid getting eliminated, not even like 3 minutes into the match. Like, I'm not surprised, dude. Like, he's not even playing today against the Bulls. Like, I'm not surprised. He needs surgery too because of this shit. So to all the Sixers fans out there, if you're wondering why Joel Embiid needs surgery, yeah, go watch For the Culture. You'll see why.
Yeah, man.
But outside of that, there's a lot of stuff to get into as well. But if you have questions for us, feel free to drop your questions and thoughts in the chat. What's happening? What is happening, everyone? Steve, I want your soul. Alan, I don't think you want this soul, brother. The soul is toxic. Um, what's your go-to meal for a wrestling PLE? Was a good question. Yeah, what's a good wrestling? Like if it's like a regular PLE.
Yeah,
Depends on the show. Like if it's like a regular, like PLE, like let's say Backlash. But now, granted, now every PLE feels like a bigger deal now based on where they do these shows and all that stuff. And I know Chambers is this Saturday, which, by the way, for those that are wondering, we will be doing a preview tomorrow as we're doing the Raw rundown. Myself and Chase will be previewing Elimination Chamber, just to give you guys a heads up on that. But as far as like your go-to meal, see, I don't want to come off like a fat ass, if you will. So, no matter what I'm gonna say, oh, you fucking fat ass, you know what I mean?
Just keep it 100, Steve. Come on,
keep it on, yeah, keep it on. Honestly, honestly, some Chinese food. Get the like chicken broccoli with the white rice.
All right.
With the duck sauce on the rice and the hot sauce as well on the rice. That's a little those of you out there who are wondering, well now you know. Now you know. But if it's like WrestleMania, like Big Mania, SummerSlam. Hell, I'll even throw in there like Slammiversary Bound for Glory. I'll do like wings or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's my go-to. Lemon pepper.
But I like mom and pop like wing spots. I know there's some folks who do like B-dubs. Some people will do like Wingstop and shit. It's not bad. Like, look, I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings before. Like for a boxing event, shit like that back in the day. They're not bad either. Like I like the lemon pepper wings and the was it spicy mango habanero?
Oh yeah,
I like that. I like those as well. Believe it or not, no blue cheese. No blue cheese for me. No blue cheese.
What?
Yeah, I'm not big on the blue cheese. Now, if I want to go other crazy, I'll do ramen also. I'll order some ramen.
Yeah, now we're getting into the crazy zone.
If it's like cold weather, like the last last week when it was like fucking 10 degrees and shit, or like was it last Tuesday, right? It was like 10 degrees, but the real feel was like 2. So it's like, all right, this is a ramen weather. This is like soup weather, but Weston writes here, I'm a big lemon pepper guy. What's up, brother? Lemon pepper is
Same.
the best. Is the best. But outside of that, look, there's a lot going on this past weekend in the world of wrestling, not just in the world of WWE. There's also some TNA news, if you will, involving NXT, and there's also a match that was announced for Revolution coming up. I think is it next week? Is Revolution next week? Because I know Chambers this. I know Chambers Saturday.
It's the week after the Chamber.
So we have 2 weeks of just
But Revolution's on Sunday, right? I think it's changed. AEW's doing Sunday shows now.
Sunday, no. So it's Sunday Sunday, March 9th. So literally, so there's a week. There's a week in between where there's like a break, right? There's like this Saturday is Chamber, and then the week then the Saturday after is UFC, I believe 313 or 312, I think it is. It's where Alex Pereira is fighting.
Yep.
Versus Ankalaev.
Yes, sir.
So that's that. So then after that, then the Sunday after is Revolution.
Got it.
So there you go. Not even. What am I talking? I'm tripping right now, bro. I'm tripping.
No, it's the day after UFC. No.
So literally that weekend of Revolution, the Saturday before Revolution, it is UFC. It is UFC 313. I'm sorry, 313. Okay. I said 312 earlier, but yeah. So there's a little break. There's a little break in between, which is cool. I'm fine with that. So let's get into the stuff. Let's get into the stuff. Let's start things off with what happened. As you see the whole thumbnail as it is, right? For in case you guys, obviously, yeah, The Rock wants Cody's soul. Now, it was announced on Thursday while we were doing ATP Gaming, for the culture. If you have not checked that out, go give it a watch. What the heck are you waiting for, right? Give it a watch. I gotta adjust some shit here because I doubled put the pictures here and shit. I have to redo this. I have to delete some shit here, but it's already up here as it is, right? So be that as it may. So what was it? On Thursday, it was announced that The Rock will be at SmackDown. Right? It was announced, and everyone was like, the final boss is gonna be on SmackDown this Friday. And then it hit me that SmackDown's gonna be in New Orleans this past Friday. It was in New Orleans, and you could put the pieces together of why he's there, what's going on, right, and everything of that nature, right? And you felt like, all right, he's going to be there to pretty much make the announcement that WrestleMania 42 is going to be in New Orleans, right? You kind of, put the pieces together there. And that is exactly what he did. He basically announced, first and foremost, WrestleMania will be in New Orleans. WrestleMania 42, that is. Saturday, April 11th and Sunday, April the 12th from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And he put the city over.
Question.
Should wait, brother.
Is this the first time that we ever saw the actual number, not even the Roman numerals on the Mania logo?
No. So if you recall, if you look at the WrestleMania 41 logo for Vegas this year, they also have the Las Vegas number on it as well.
Oh,
let me just make sure. I don't want to, say something and then I'm wrong completely. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So let's pop the logo up. Let's pop up the logo here for those of you that are, curious or wondering and, what have you. Let me see here. 1 second here, because now you got me wondering here. No. So you are correct, CP. This might be the first time they have the number on the logo. Because I'm looking at the 41 logo. It just says WrestleMania Las Vegas. But yes.
Okay.
42, the 42nd annual WrestleMania will take place from New Orleans. This is the third time they're running New Orleans. WrestleMania 30, where Daniel Bryan, finished the story, right? You all remember that one. Also where the streak ended for The Undertaker by Brock Lesnar, right? 34, that's when Oscar's streak ended thanks to Charlotte Flair. Daniel Bryan came back to wrestling, right? So there's history, and then obviously here we go, the third time here, and they're running New Orleans. And look, I said this before. When you look at WrestleMania, right? You look at how things, where they choose to go and all that stuff, right? And look, first of all, I'm happy they're going to New Orleans because I always said, if you're going to go to WrestleMania, yes, you're going for a wrestling event, right? But you also want that city to give you something. You know what I mean? Like, what does the city has to offer you, right? And you go to New Orleans, bro. Look, it's Bourbon Street. You can get drunk every single fucking night in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's like the South Vegas, basically.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But that's basically the reality of it, right? So, there's some of you out there who might have gone to WrestleMania 30. You've been to WrestleMania 34, so you already know what that vibe is like. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did, I'm coming out of retirement for 41. I'm tempted to go to 30. Oh my goodness, to 42. I'm
Whoa.
tempted to go to WrestleMania.
Time machine, Steve.
Yes, I am tempted to go to WrestleMania 42. CPZ. Very
Yeah.
tempting. Time will tell, though. Time will tell how things go. But good for them. Like, look, it's a smart business move. I know out there in Minneapolis is like, oh, not again. This is bullshit. Right. But the way I look at it too, again,
man.
what do they have to offer? Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Like if
Mall
you're
of America.
Mall of America. Yeah, look, I've seen the mall. Yeah, home of WC, the first Nitro, the Mighty Ducks, right? I mean, cool. Awesome. I know they have a nice looking stadium, right? You throw a rock at it, the glass might shatter.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, good for them. Like, what's your thoughts on them going to New Orleans, brother?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem. I mean, at this point, when it comes to WrestleManias for WWE, it all comes down to now where the money is. They don't care if they've been there 3-4 straight years. It's where the money is. And New Orleans is a hot place, a hot market for many things across many sports. So yeah.
Hey, look, had Rock just show up to do that, awesome. You know what I mean? But then he called out Cody Rhodes. Now, mind you, Cody was scheduled to wrestle this past Friday on SmackDown. But Nick Aldis told, you've been removed from the match, and it's out of my power. It was by the request of the final boss, The Rock. So The Rock removed Cody from the scheduled match that he was supposed to be part of. And we get to the moment, right? So he calls out Cody Rhodes, right? He calls him out to meet him in the ring. We get the picture, right? There's Cody and Rock, right? And you get this again. The Rock is putting over Cody. They're buddies now, right? They're like bros now almost. But he wants him to be his champion. The Rock wants Cody to be his champion, The Rock's champion, right? He's promising him everything that he could ever imagine, right? If he does this. And look, I'll be honest, watching the segment back and all that stuff. First of all, it went over 30 minutes. 30-minute segment. Okay. There are people online who are bitching and moaning about they're gonna remove a match, this and whatnot. Live in was it Liv and Naomi who had a match on Friday?
Yeah.
I think they did. They're gonna get their match cut from the show, which that didn't happen. They actually had their match, right? And guess what? They're gonna be a match later tonight for the women's tag team titles.
Yep.
So all the fake noise, all the fake outrage for nothing. Sweet nothings, basically, right? But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That was kind of awkward. The way, The Rock was just talking to Cody. His facial expression just felt very like awkward. Like, what the fuck is this? And the crowd even looked like out of it, like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And then he ends everything by saying he wants his soul. I want your soul. And he also referenced the fact that they were sipping on Terramana backstage. I guess, what was it, when it was Raw when Raw debuted on Netflix and shit like that. But what do you take what do you take from all this, bro?
You know what, Steve? I watched that segment on SmackDown, and I thought I was gonna be in the majority of people, and I loved the segment, Steve. I really liked the segment. I was so confused when I
Me
went on
too.
Twitter and I saw all these people saying, what is this? What's going on there?" I'm like, wait a minute. How are you
It's a twist.
confused?
It's a twist. It's a look. Rock does this all the time. Like, bro, look, this is the second year in a row he's doing this. Like, he shows up right around the time we're on the road to WrestleMania, right? Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm sure if you're Rock, like, you feel some kind of way about Cody, about ruining what could have been the big box office match for WrestleMania 40 last year between Rock and Roman, all that stuff, right? So there's still that, in storyline, whatever the fuck it may be, that type of resentment. But at the end of the day, look, did I hate this segment? No, I didn't hate it. It just there's a little twist in there, right? Because Rock's
Yeah.
telling Cody, look, I'm giving you until Chamber to come up with to tell me your decision.
Yep. And,
But
and
if you
another thing I
go on,
wanted to oh, I'm sorry.
no, go
What
on,
were you
go
gonna
on, go
say?
on, go on, go on,
Okay.
brother, go on.
Let's say another thing I just wanted to explain is like, even within the segment, for like people that are confused, it's like, yo, Cody wrote everything be like in these segments have been by design. Let's just take it back from the first Raw after WrestleMania 40, right? Everyone called that segment real awkward too because The Rock was praising Cody and he was telling him that whether he was the champ or not the champ, he was going to come back for him, etc. And Cody told Rock, "Hey, I am your champion." Blah blah blah. And The Rock kind of had that look in his face, like, "Oh, you're right. You are my champion." And then that's when he gave him the Rolex or whatever he gave him and said, "Hey, don't ever break my heart again." Then we get to the Netflix thing, right? I believe now, after watching that segment on SmackDown, that was by design. Because let me tell you something here. Why did they have Cody just sitting out there in the crowd anyway
Like
if The Rock
like just
wasn't
sitting in the front row
going
like
to
a fucking
interact with
mark.
him? Right. So The Rock interacted with him. He bigged up Cody. Even in that segment, Cody's face was like, okay, this is kind of strange. Right. Then they do the Instagram live where The Rock's drinking with Cody. Now, if this wasn't supposed to be part of the storyline, why did WWE take the clip of the Instagram live and actually put it on their main show for everybody to see that? Right. So now we got that. And then you see little interviews here and there where Cody's like, hey, I don't know what he has planned. Even in the drinking thing, he's like, are you going to do something to me? Like why he's drinking the drink? It's all by design. So then now we get to hear where Rock says he's bigging him up, but then he's kind of tearing him down. This is like normal things that you see out of a person who's really messed up inside. Like I saw people say, well, he went heel and babyface throughout the segment. Yes, that's what it is when you're a piece of crap inside, but you're trying to not let that out. Clearly he's trying to set up Cody. We all know this, right? So there's parts of the segment where Rock's like, "Hey man, I like you should be my brother." But then there's other points where his real self is coming out, where he's saying, "Hey man, you effed up the Mania main event. You slapped me, blah blah blah." Nobody gets away with that, right? So it's like I was just so confused by wrestling fans. I'm like, did we get to a point where all the only storylines and intricacies we can understand is I'm a good wrestler and the other guy's a good wrestler. We want to prove we're better than each other storylines because for some of you people who claim everything's cinema, you motherfuckers couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand. I just couldn't fathom it. It was like crazy to me. But hey, if you didn't like it, I'm not here to like bash on you, but don't sit up here and say, "Oh, none of this made any sense," or "This was bizarre and all out of the." It's like, oh, The Rock is a long-winded promo cutter, right? He'll sit there out 20 minutes just to get to the one thing at the last 2 minutes. That's just what he is, and that's always been him in his career. Like, especially since returning to wrestling in 2011, it's always been these long-winded promos just to get to the real thing in the last 2 minutes. But it's like, I don't. I'm just so confused, man. It's crazy to me, but I liked it. And even if it was weird and you didn't like it, at least we're talking about something. Bruh, last week we weren't talking about shit compared to this Mania.
You know what it is too. You know what it is too. Like the way they've been building up. Bro. Me and Chase said this on Raw Rundown last Monday. My bad, last Tuesday. You know, you would think the way the build of WrestleMania has been, right? Like with Jay and Gunther and all that stuff, you would literally feel like WrestleMania is coming up this Saturday, and it isn't, obviously.
That's true.
But again, what this does, it brings in a what's the word I'm looking for here? An interest into the road to WrestleMania. Because now you know, okay, at Chamber this Saturday, Rock's going to be there. Right?
Yeah.
And he's going to want an answer from Cody. Now, Cody Rhodes already said he's already his champion, right? Does Rock want him to be like the corporate champion? If you look at Cody, bro, he's already a corporate champion. He shows up in suits everywhere he goes, right? He's rocking the 3-piece suit, right? That costs a shitload of money, right? He's doing all the charities, all the makeup. He's already like corporate champion as it is, you know?
Yeah.
Do I see Cody accepting? No, I think Cody will turn it down. And this leads, for me at least, I don't know about you, 2 people that will take the opportunity that Rock is offering. One of them being John Cena. And in the sense of, like, think about this. If you recall, Cena's promo after the Royal Rumble, he was at the press. He sat there, right? Didn't answer no question. He made a statement. And his statement, the way it was very like, okay, this is not normal from Cena. He used the reference, what's best for business is him main eventing WrestleMania and going for the 17th World Championship.
Yep.
Right? And he didn't have to qualify for the champion. He just announced because of who he is and what he's done for the company, he's already entered himself into the chamber. Well, everyone else had to qualify. So could it be that Cena wins the chamber, right? And then we go to WrestleMania, and that's where Rock turns on Cody, and we see the big reveal, right? And this whole time it was Cena, right? And Cena wins the title. Or option number 2, CM Punk. If you recall, was it the on the go home show to Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Punk told Cody, look, I know what you're going through, man, because I've been near this time of my title run, 434 days, by the way. 434 days, by the way, like I mentioned. He said, hey, I was feeling just like you, right? Getting to that dark side. And he said, hey, I'm your friend, but understand, I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm going to stab you in front of you. And again, it goes back to also, what is his favor that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk? What is the favor? Right? Could that align itself too? Could we see CM Punk finding a way to get into the WWE title match at WrestleMania, making it a triple threat? Could that be the case too? Maybe.
That's true.
But again, what this does, it makes you want to watch just how crazy the road to WrestleMania is. But more importantly, it brings a lot of interest into what's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber.
That's facts.
So, to quote
another person, I think that people are leaving out of the predictions here is Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is a guy who was on the edge of re-signing or not, and they filmed the whole segment for you showing The Rock giving this guy a sword and champagne bottles
at a fucking restaurant, dude. At a fucking restaurant, yeah, bro. I remember that shit, yeah.
For a big money contract that he got to re-sign. The Rock has never done that for any other of these guys that re-signed since.
Nor I think what he does, he hands people a bottle of Terramana. Here you go.
Oh, right, the Terramana, yeah. So and then you also saw that segment too, the Instagram Live on Netflix, where Drew McIntyre whispers something in The Rock's ear, and The Rock says, "I'm gonna work on that." So That's
It's a
another
lot.
person that,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Again, it brings a lot of interest. To quote The Rock, enjoy the ride The Rock is giving you. Enjoy the rock that he's taking you on. Enjoy it for now.
yeah,
Yes. Was the segment awkward as fuck? Yes, it was.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But outside of that, look, I'm just intrigued to see where this shit goes, man. I really am. Or CM Punk, he literally said, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be a lot of things, man, but I'm
I mean,
intrigued.
Ring of Honor 2005. He what was it? 05? Yeah, he was rocking the suits and stuff like that.
Yeah, when he signed
At
his
Summer of
WWE
Punk.
contract, when he signed the WWE contract on the Ring of Honor World title.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing this, man. I look forward to seeing what happened this Saturday at the Elimination Chamber. And also factor in, hey, they just announced The Rock will be there, so I'm sure more tickets will move. I know they're good. Yeah, look, they're going to the old Sky Dome, right? They're trying to
Yeah, I heard
fit
they're
in.
not using it all, but
They're not using it all, but who knows, bro? Maybe now that you announce that Rock's going to be there, and it's like the last stop before the road to WrestleMania, like last PLE before WrestleMania.
that's true.
You just never know, bro. You just never know. If they add more seats now, like instead of 28, 30,000, they'll probably do, 3,500. We'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
Wrestle Ticks have to say by the time we get to Friday and all that stuff. But again, I look forward to seeing where this goes. But also, again, WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans, April 11th on the Saturday and Sunday, April the 12th. So that should be we'll see where that goes, man. We'll see where all this goes. But also, let's move on here. Let's move on here. Let's get into some NXT here. Now, granted, I did watch portion of the Tuesday show. And as you guys know by now, NXT and TNA are like in bed together now, right? And Obafemi comes out, the NXT champion. He comes out, if you guys recall, at Vengeance Day, he got attacked by the Retribution 2.0 or Aces and Eights, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? He got attacked. So he's like, look, I'm still standing. I'm still here. So he didn't finish the job. And then the lights go out, and I'm like, okay, something's going to happen here, obviously. And who happened to appear on the entrance ramp? None other than TNA X Division champion Moose.
Look at that
Moose.
face.
Look, yo, I swear to God, bro. I swear, he looked like Jiren from Dragon Ball, bro. I literally thought he was fucking Jiren. Looked like the fish from SpongeBob. Meep, meep. Like he was taking the meanest shit ever, bro. Like, when you're sitting in the can, and that one little that I ain't gonna go into. Most of you haven't even eaten yet. I don't want you guys to lose your appetites, okay? But yeah, like literally, I just want to make sure the mic's good. All right, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good, right? Audio wise is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bet. So he has this face off with Obafemi, bro. It's finally like, bro, it's finally here. Like, holy shit, it's finally a thing now. Like, look at this, bro.
Yes.
And it's crazy because look, bro, like he calls himself the man in NXT of TNA, right? You would think he's the TNA world champion. But let's not forget, he is the X Division champion, which we all know. For those of you that know your TNA history, and it's TPC, you would know this more than anybody here. The X Division, it's no limits. No limits.
Yep.
So people, the way he would say, "Oh, I'm the man in TNA," and obviously Obafemi is the man in NXT because he's holding that title. You would have thought, bro, that Moose is the TNA world champion. If you did not watch TNA,
that's true.
You forget that the world champion is Joe Henry, right? I literally forgot he is the world champion in TNA. Even though I know he was singing a duet with Elijah on Thursday, he was doing a duet.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was dope, absolutely. It was it was dope as all hell. Right.
You want to know something funny about that? That duet segment has more views on YouTube than the MJF and Hangman Page. Oh man, that was crazy.
It was crazy,
bruh.
But yeah, there's that face off, and look, man. You would think, okay, maybe a match at Stand and Deliver or maybe Roadblock, because Stand and Deliver is way too far out still, right? And I don't think they would want to do a TNA guy challenging for the NXT Championship on WrestleMania weekend. They probably wouldn't. But Roadblock coming up at the theater at MSG, sure, why not? Sign me up.
Well, Steve, I got some news for you. You know, a little TNA birdie told me that at Roadblock we're gonna see Moose taking on Obafemi for both the NXT World title and the X Division title,
which could probably end in this. Which you heard? Oh, okay. So you've already went ahead of time. You already went.
You know, TNA told me. I don't know. I may be wrong.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But that is the case. He's there, and again, I'm happy for Moose. I know there's a lot of people out there who weren't happy about this. People want to go back in time and reference something look, man,
I forgot about that.
Kill that. Look, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Kill the noise, yo. Kill the fake outrage, y'all. Go kill that noise, bro. I don't. Nah, not over here, bro. I seen a lot of blue sky behavior. Let's put it that way. A lot of these blue sky affiliates on social media crying that Moose was on WWE programming. Well, why would they bring him in and this and that? It is what. Look, however you feel, that's fine. It is what it is. Just keep that behavior on blue sky, okay? Keep that behavior over there.
Remember, we hate Moose, but we love Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. But because of all this as well, now TNA was live on Thursday. They were live while we were doing ATP Gaming, and Obafemi made an appearance. And there was a little brawl between him and the System, and the Hardy Boys came out, and it is official for I think this Thursday coming up. It will be Obafemi and the Hardy Boys teaming up in a 6-man tag against the System of Moose, who's the X Division champion, along with Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. Should be a fun match. And this will be already Moose's TNA in-ring debut. So we'll see how this goes.
You mean Obafemi's TNA in-ring debut?
Right, Obafemi's. Yeah,
Moose's is on Tuesday on NXT.
Yeah, yes. My correction. Yes, you are correct.
On Lexis King.
He is. He is going to take on Lexis King this Tuesday, coming up on NXT. But again, I'm happy for the guy. I'm really, really am. All right. If there was a report that he was going to be they were going to throw him a deal years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't turn out that way. He ended up going elsewhere. So there was that. I mean, again, bro, happy for the guy. For real. So let it be, y'all. Just let it be at the end of the day. And let's see where they go from this. I don't know how long
the match is gonna hit too.
He's gonna hit like bro, he's gonna hit like crap, dude. Oh my goodness, yo. Oh my goodness. But speaking of TNA, speaking of NXT, because we're still on the NXT topic here. I also saw, I want to see that, how the contract signing for Ricky. At this point, at that moment, he had no name. No name, right? But we all know him as Ricky Starks. So we have the big contract signing. Ava's in the ring, and Ava just looked no rhythm at all, like the biggest free agent in wrestling, and just like you would think you're the daughter, you're the Rock's daughter, like it should be in you, like personality wise, but be that as it may. She introduces Ricky, right, and they played the NXT theme song as Ricky's coming out to the ring. You would think, oh, this is theme song? No way, this cannot be. I see people like, oh, what? This theme song is, but they don't realize, it's the NXT theme song.
Yeah.
And you can tell these are the folks who don't watch NXT, but we're curious to see, all right, what's going to be with Ricky Star? What's going to be with Ricky, right? He gets in the ring. He wants to get some stuff off his chest, right? And as he's speaking, he gets interrupted by Ethan Page. interesting, right? He gets interrupted by Ethan Page of all fucking
So
people, right?
petty. So petty.
Yeah, it is. It is a petty move. Yeah, it is. And he talks about how, hey, you're signing your NXT contract. It's a big deal and what have you, following his footsteps. And obviously, Ricky references the fact that, hey, Ethan Page had a big win over the weekend against Javon Evans. But there's one thing he knows, that Javon Evans got that dog in him. He's going to come back to whoop that ass. And as this is happening, Javon Evans does show up and he attacks he attacks Ethan Page, beats him up. And you would think, all right, he's going to sign the contract now. Then he gets interrupted by Wesley, who Wesley felt disrespected because Ricky interrupted earlier in the night his interview segment that Wesley had. And Wesley wants Ava to make the first match for Ricky, that being them two one-on-one, right? He wants to welcome him to NXT, and this leads to a little brawl. Ricky clotheslines him out of the ring, and then he finally signs his contract, puts the pen to paper, and we find out, bro, the name of Ricky. Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints. Now, let me be clear on something. PCO deserves the TNA title run. Justice for PCO on Black History Month.
Yeah,
Easy Armor King. I don't know, but TNA some people
dirty, man.
Some people are saying
the
Armor King.
Armor King. What the hell is? Yo, Brandon Brown, man. Stop spreading that fake news, buddy. What's up, man? Though, my guy?
Exactly. When I hear Ricky Saints, I think of Ricky Stenicki. Interesting. But Ricky Stenicki, where's that from? Help me out here.
Ricky Stenicki.
Where's that from? Is that like? Hold up. Was that okay? It was a movie. Okay, it was a Zac Efron movie on Amazon. Okay, fair enough. Moose and Joe Henry need to be TNA lifers.
I think Moose will, but I don't think Joe Henry will.
Joe Henry probably will not. Like, Joe Henry's counting down the days. He's playing his guitar. He's counting the days. Yeah, the John Cena movie.
Yes. Okay.
Zac Efron, yeah. But he's now known as Ricky Saints. And I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't mind the name change. Look.
Yeah, it sounds a little funny. It's not bad.
I was under the impression that, hey, he would keep his name if Ethan Page kept his name, right? When he went to NXT from AEW, Sean Spears kept his name, right? You would think, okay, they'll keep his name. But no. But you all think about this too, right? Think about this as well. Lexus King had to change his name from Brian Pillman Jr. to Lexus King.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker also wanted to change the name because he wanted to do things on his own, not just be, Bronson, Steiner or whatever the fuck it may be.
Yeah.
Maybe Tony Khan said something. No, I don't think he did.
That was one of my initial thoughts. I'm like, maybe that was part of the terms. Because, bro, you have to think, like, there's no way Tony just straight up said, hey, you know what? Here's the release. You can go wherever you want right now and just get out here. Nah. There had been at least something that Ricky had to give up.
I think also was factored this in as well, right? He got released on a Monday, right?
Yeah.
Remember the news came out that Malachi Black, Ricky Starks, and I think it was Miro who wrestled in Qatar over the weekend against Alberto Del Dipshit, right?
And he lost.
And he lost. What? I guess he had no problem. In doing the job to Alberto. That's fine.
Yeah,
but doing the job to Hangman Page, Oh no. So then, now look, I don't mind the name change at all. I don't. I know he said this on Busted Open that it's he wanted to put a little spin on from New Orleans because again he's from New Orleans. He's from that area. Right.
Yeah.
So it's an homage. So I'm cool with that. Let's put it this way too, right? I remember in 2014 when Kevin Steen signed to WWE. I was happy. Those who've been following me for years, you guys know I was a big Kevin Steen fan. Still am, right?
Yeah.
And I was excited, bro. I was so happy for the guy. Like, yeah, he's signing with WWE. This is amazing, right? Y'all couldn't tell me nothing, right? And then it hit me, oh shit, they're gonna change his name, right? They changed his name to Kevin Owens. And I was one of those people at first, like, oh man, this is a bad move. Even though he did even say, it was his choice to go with Kevin Owens. It was an homage to his son, who was named Owen, also his favorite wrestler growing up, the Rocket Owen Hart, the late great Owen Hart, right? Mm-hmm. So as time went, I'm like, oh, I'm not calling him that. I'm calling him still Kevin Steen, right? I was one of those fans back in the day. I was one of those fans, right? But as time went on, I warmed up to the name Kevin Owens. I warmed up to it, and now I'm calling him Kevin. And now look at Kevin Owens, main eventing WrestleMania twice, right? Multiple time champion, right? So I'm saying to you guys, if I can warm up to Kevin Owens, a lot of you can warm up to Ricky Saints. Now, to be fair, it could have been worse. Have you seen the name that they've trademarked recently?
Oh, I heard about that.
It could have been one of those names. Could have been one of those names, people. I'm just saying, could have been one of those names. And yeah, I mean, let the shit ride, bro. And look, and not for nothing too, bro, he's going to be used a lot on NXT. And it's a smart move that he went to NXT. Because there he can be the guy.
True. In the time they really need a guy.
And also factor into, bro, what's happening at the Roadblock? Stand and Deliver. Their WrestleMania weekend show.
Yep.
With the roster that they have right now. The women's division. Yeah, now you have Ricky Saints, and maybe, some of those TNA names that might pop up. You could have, like, potentially the show of WrestleMania weekend in your hands, bro.
True.
Could very well be.
It's possible.
But what's your take on the whole name change, bro? Like, are you one of those? Oh, I hate the name change, or are you those like, you know what, man?
I don't hate the name. It just sounds fun. It was just funny because it's like they built up this whole angle. Well, I don't even know if you built it up as an angle, but like they just made this whole angle and they like zoom in on the thing and it's just like Ricky Saints is the next. Like, it's just funny to me, but there's nothing wrong with this name being Ricky Saints. I mean, the only thing that bothers me about it is like it's like a sub in for his actual name. I think sometimes when you try to sub it in, it just feels unauthentic to people. But sure. Hey, it's fine.
I don't mind it, bro. I don't mind the name change at all. Like, it's fine. Like,
it's not some people, the end of the world.
Exactly. Like, think about this. Imagine how a lot of people can you imagine? And I put the scenario out there, right? Imagine if instead of El Generico on the Independents, it was Sami Zayn. The Sami Zayn that we know how good he is.
Right.
Right? And imagine if he showed up to WWE and they put a mask on him. Now you're El Generico. You're this generic luchador.
Right.
Oh, people would have went off, bro. People would have.
Yeah.
Oh, they took his mask away. He's not, you know what I mean? But look at him now.
Right.
Like, I mean, to put it this way, Karrion Kross couldn't be Killer Kross in WWE.
That's true.
But still, nevertheless, I'm happy for the guy, and look forward to seeing what he does. Bold prediction here: maybe we see Obafemi versus Ricky Saints at Stand and Deliver for the title. Could be. Mm-hmm. We just don't know. But, or maybe Moose, from what you're hearing, the sources that you're hearing, from the good folks at TNA Mecca. Are they still around? Around?
It's TNA Asylum now.
TNA Asylum, or you remember TNA Mecca? You remember them?
Yes, I do.
TNA Insiders. Oh, bro, those were the good old days, man. Those were the good old days. But also on NXT, again, this Wednesday coming up, they're going to be in Cincinnati. They're running the same building that AEW ran Dynamite, where Jon Moxley faced Powerhouse Hobbs.
Okay.
right? So you also have this Tuesday, you have Ricky Saints in his NXT debut match, teaming up with Javon Evans to take on a team of Ethan Page and Wes Lee, which should be very good. It's going to be a good one, no doubt about it. And of course, also making the return to WWE programming, the current TNA, the NXT debut, but the current TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
they're going to take on the No Quarter Catch crew of Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne. Should be a fun one. And
that crowd's gonna lose their, you know what, when they come out.
Oh, bro, more energy there than when John Moxley showed up with the world title, bro. More energy here, more pop. But again, dude, can't hate on it, bro. Should be a fun show. Should be a fun one. But also, before we put a bow on this, a couple of AEW news here. It was reported, not even reported, it was shown on Collision on Saturday, a vignette for Speedball Mike Bailey, the former TNA X Division champion, right? It was reported now for a while since he left TNA that he was going to go to AEW. Well, on Collision this past Saturday, they played a little vignette, right? Showing the hits of Mike Bailey. And they had this at the end. Speedball Mike Bailey is coming.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Yeah, exactly. Hey, yo. That's what I'm saying. But be that as it may, look, man, it's finally here. He's going to be in AEW. And look, it's a good fitting for him. It's a good fitting.
Better start learning Ring of Honor, Speedball.
But yeah, you better start learning TNT contender, buddy. Say now, honestly, bro, good for him. Good for in all seriousness, good for him. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are dying to see, Speedball versus Will Ospreay, which might happen sooner before you know it. We've already seen it though. Bound for Glory, 2023, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? Bound for Glory 2023. That's when it happened. And I'm sure people want to see, so many. It didn't happen.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear me?
Oh, okay, all right. What did you say?
Like, I'm sure people want to see, like, now that Speedball is in AEW, right? People are probably fantasy booking. And again, this is the AEW fan base I'm talking about right now, right? They can't wait to see Speedball versus Will Ospreay, even though it's already happened. Bound for Glory 2023.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Speedball versus the likes of an Okada, Speedball versus Konosuke Takeshita, which already happened, Maple Leaf Pro, Speedball versus Kenny Omega, could very well be, Speedball versus Daniel Garcia. Honestly, I think Speedball can be TNT champion, maybe international champion down the road. But good for him. That's probably that's for sure his ceiling right now. Maybe Ring of Honor World Champion. Maybe, just maybe, the Ring of Honor World Champion. We don't know. Time will tell, though. Time will tell where it goes with Speedball. What's your take on that, bro? On Speedball making his way to
good for Speedball, man. Hope he doesn't piss the bookers off like he did at TNA. He'll just fine. We're the best wrestle. Yeah.
We're the best wrestle. Yeah, we're the best. He's going to ricochet his balls. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Wow. Also, it was announced on Collision. It will be Mariah May versus Timeless Toni Storm at Revolution for the AEW Women's World Championship. The Hollywood ending. Now, I'll be honest with you on this one. I'm intrigued by this match. I am. You know how the first one went, right? At All In, Mariah May got the win. And a couple of weeks ago at Grand Slam Australia, Toni Storm won the belt back in her hometown and her home country and all that stuff. Got a big reaction. Now, the fact that they're in California, because again, this pay-per-view will be taking place from LA. I want them to be creative with this. And look, I know we're now in 2025, and I know we're now in 2025, and I know this format is so pandemic-like, but I would not mind us for this.
Oh, see, we're thinking the same thing. Yep.
Give me a cinematic match between these two. Give me something cinematic. What do you think?
I agree.
Or give me, you know what? Something. Go on, bro. I'm sorry, because you keep like cutting off a little bit. So,
Okay.
so like you're probably speaking.
Okay.
But just try to refresh and come back in.
All right.
For sure. Come back in and refresh again. But again, give me something between these two women, cinematic. Or if not, you know what? If you want to recreate the Hollywood backlot brawl from like WrestleMania 12 between Roddy Piper and Goldust, where they're fighting, somewhere in Hollywood, right? Because again, it's a Hollywood themed. I'm all for it. 100%. I am all for it. But we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna ask CPZ when he comes back in, his overall thoughts on that one. But chime in with your questions as well. Chime in with your questions and what you think about that match and what do you want to see from it and all that stuff. Let me know in the chat. All right. But outside of that, I mean, that's all I got for now. But I'm waiting for CPZ to come back in, so we can. Because I got one more question for CPZ when he comes back in here. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Any question that you have in the chat. Just let you guys know real quick. Tomorrow on Raw Rundown, myself and Chase will also be previewing. The Elimination Chamber. And there he is. You good, brother?
Does it sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good now. It sounds good. I wanted to ask, your thoughts on this match, bro, between Mariah May and Timeless Tony Storm. The idea that I gave, hey, maybe something cinematic or try to recreate the Hollywood backlot brawl from WrestleMania 12 between Roddy Piper and Goldust. Being that they're in California, after all, they're in LA. Hollywood.
Yeah. I think they could do that. I think that's exactly what they should do. Half cinematic, half in the arena, so you don't rip anybody off who wanted to see that match live. Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. You don't want to advertise this. I don't want this just to be have a regular match or like a hardcore match or some sort, which you should incorporate in the match. It should be like a kind of like a no rules type of deal. But yeah, you definitely should give it a Hollywood-esque ending here.
Of course. For sure. Absolutely.
For this feud.
Of course. And again, it should be a good one. I can see Tony Storm retaining here, but we'll see how that goes. And again, not for nothing, but the card for Revolution. I know I know he poke fun at AEW from time to time, but it doesn't look. It looks like a good card so far. You have Cope versus Mox. You have Will Ospreay and was it Kyle Fletcher in the cage? You have this match, and I think Hangman MJF. So it looks like a very good card so far for Revolution coming up on the 9th of March.
I'm not gonna lie. This looks like an all-timer.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It looks like
it does.
All-timer.
But that's AEW for you though, man. Like the TV could be like a miss, but the pay-per-views they deliver. I'll give them that. I will. But before we put a bow on this, CPZ, you want to talk about this real quick? I'm sure you heard about this. Ryan Nemeth is also in the news. I'm sure you heard about this, right? Dolph's brother. So he's filing a lawsuit against AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk. So this is per Fightful here, right? Ryan Nemeth has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk. The lawsuit alleges assault, breach of contract, breach of implied conveyance of good faith and fair dealing and intentional interference with prospective advantage. The lawsuit was filed on February 14th. This is from the lawsuit. And look at this. We're being easy peasy again. You're back, brother? You good? You good?
Yo, I don't know what's happening today. The powers that be.
What happened?
Not a fan.
The power? What power?
Yeah.
Okay, but you hear what you hear what I said though, right? Well, regarding the lawsuit, right?
No, that's Howard.
What happened? What happened? Oh shit! Yeah, come back in, bro. Come back in. But I'm gonna read again. I'm gonna read this again. Ryan Nemeth has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk. The lawsuit alleges assault, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing and intentional interference with prospective advantage. That's what the lawsuit implies here, right? And this is from this is snippet from the lawsuit. Ryan Nemeth is a successful actor, comedian, and stuntman. Right. Nemeth also followed his older brother Nick's career and has established himself as a star performer on the professional wrestling circuit. Right. Nemeth was under contract with AEW. AEW is owned by Shad and Tony Khan. Shad is the owner of the NFL franchise Jacksonville Jaguars, who his son Tony managed in to alienate most of everyone within the Jaguar organization, including stars, NFL players. Tony was moved to a leadership role in the Khan family-owned Fulham Football Club. Tony ended up mismanaging Fulham, leading to multiple lawsuits against the club. Since he was a child, Tony loved professional wrestling and had an obsession with certain wrestlers. No shit. The Khan family formed AEW to provide Tony with something to do safely away from the family's other ventures. Tony serves as AEW's chief executive officer, CEO, basically. Now, basically, this is basically a lawsuit based. Now, if memory serves me correct here, if memory enter this cook, sorry, LOL, it's fine, brother, it's fine. But if memory serves me correct here, right? Didn't AEW offer Ryan Nemeth like a shitload of money to just shut the fuck up and move on, do what the fuck you want to do? And he turned it down. I mean, bro, like my take is my take of this is stupid as all fuck. This is stupid as all fuck. For the fact that, bro, like you were told again, you're offered this money to shut the fuck up, move on with your life, but now here you are trying to sue. Now, here's my take too, right? And I'm gonna play this clip here. I got this from Twitter. And I posted this within our group chat, the me, CPZ, Walter Chase, Big Mike and Romeo are on. But I'm gonna play this video here. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna try to find it here. Like, I don't know why he wants to sue. Like, this does not help his case, dude. This does not help the case at all. At all here. I'm gonna play this video for you guys. Real quick. I'm gonna play this video. If I can here. This is Ryan Nemeth at a comedy club. I don't know how long ago this video was, but I'm gonna play it. So I don't know when this video was from, but this is from I guess from one of his failed comedy bits here. The joke is hard because so few actual real life humans even know who's this is what they have on the top here. This joke is hard because so few actual real life humans even know who CM Punk is. So it only works in the thinnest of niche crowds. But this was one. I don't have a SoundCloud, but here's a joke about the softest man alive. Find me, I guess. But this is basically from, I guess, one of the failed comedy bit that Brian Nemeth does.
Are there any CM Punk fans here? Let's hear it. Wait. Warm up your triceps first. I don't want you to wait when I play, if you see any of those people walking, watch it so they don't break their foot. Fragile people. Are there any CM Punk fans here?
Like, brother, you want to sue, but you're doing this shit? The fuck's wrong with you, bro? The fuck is wrong with Dolph's little brother, bro? Like, homeboy, be thankful that TNA is offering you a job. Not because of your in-ring talent, because you fucking suck. Be thankful that fucking TNA is offering you a job because you're doing your brother a fucking favor. See, when I hear that Brian Nemeth is trying to sue Tony Khan and AEW and CM Punk, like, this is the part where I will side with Tony on, believe it or not. I will side with Tony on this one. But when I hear about this lawsuit and shit, bro, you know what this screams to me, bro?
Payday. You want payday?
That's what it is. Brian Nemeth wants a fucking payday. Hands down. I agree. He is not funny. I agree, Fernando. Ryan Nemeth is not funny. Ryan Nemeth is not a remarkable wrestler. Can you guys name me any memorable Ryan Nemeth matches? I'll wait. Go. Exactly. So that's what it screams like to me, bro. We're going to get paid, even though they offer you the bag, the most money you would have ever made in your fucking life, to just shut the fuck up, move on with your life. And now here he is, bro, trying to sue now. Like, it's like AEW just can't get off the drama, bro. They can't get off, bro. Speaking of which, before I put a bow on this, there's also, if you guys remember a while back, there was a picture of Tony Khan and Shane McMahon at an airport. So I think this was on one of the episodes that Jonathan Coachman does. He does a podcast with Vince Russo. And Coachman had JD from New York as a guest on the show. And Jonathan Coachman basically said that that Shane McMahon was supposed to go to AEW, and but what Shane McMahon wanted was he wanted to, I guess, have control in AEW. Something in that regard, and that Tony ghosted him basically after. I'll be honest with you. Look, it sounds kind of silly. It's typical Tony, but I'll be honest. I don't fault Tony Khan at all. I do not fault him for ghosting Shane McMahon. And the simple fact is, we don't know. Shane doesn't have a track record. Now, hear me out. I get it. There's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of you out there who will say, "Oh, but he's Shane McMahon. He's the cool McMahon. He's the one that we can put up with, what have you," right? I get all that. I do. But he doesn't have a good track record with running things. Like, didn't Shane try to run like a cable company in China that didn't go anywhere? Right? So, I mean, what does he have? Nothing. That being said, look, I'll be honest. If I had to pick, who do I want to chill with? Do I want to, go for a drink and eat a steak and have a good time with Shane McMahon? Or do I want to sit back and watch these G1 matches and talk the business with Tony Khan? I'm picking Shane. But be that as it may, I think Tony Khan did a right move here, honestly, by ghosting Shane McMahon here. AEW were the best drama prima donnas be. Yeah. Brian is trash. He's taking people to court for money because he sucks at wrestling. Absolutely, Fernando. Absolutely. Tony did the right thing to ghost him. Of course he did. Absolutely. But look, I don't see this shit going any further. Like, no, I don't see it. But again, Ryan Nemeth, just be thankful TNA is giving you employment or giving you a paycheck. But that's basically it. You're getting paid to carry your brother's bags. But be that as it may, it is what it is. That's going to be it for me, guys. Much love to all of you. I'll put in a bow on this now. In case you guys have not heard, tomorrow on Raw Rundown, myself and Shane McMahon booked the Royal Rumble. It was a disaster, yes. But make sure tomorrow you tune in for the Raw Rundown. Myself and Chase. Not only will we be reviewing Monday Night Raw, but we'll also be previewing the Elimination Chamber that is happening this Saturday. I am not sure if we're doing a watch party on the True Heel Heat channel. I would think so, but we'll keep you posted on that one as things go on. But as of right now, we don't know yet. Keep you posted. Also, again, this Wednesday, it is sad, something about Dynamite, the AEW watch party that we do. And if you are a channel member, you get to join us on the watch alongs. It's only $2.99 a month. Hit the join button that you see on the screen next to the subscribe button, and you get to join us and watch AEW Dynamite every single Wednesday. And if you have a call, a created wrestler, you get to be part of the ATP gaming roster and all that fun stuff. All right. But that's going to be it for me. Much love for all of you. All right. Much love for all of you. You guys can follow the Around the Point Network account over on X at AT Point Network. Follow us there for all the stuff and good stuff and all that stuff. Good stuff, and all that stuff. But follow us there, for all the updates and stuff that we do here on the channel. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. All right. Thank you all for watching. Much love to all of you. Also want to thank CPZ for stopping by and being part of the show. I know there's a little internet issues there, but it is what it is. I thank him once again for being on. All right, you guys can go follow him on X at CPZ loves you, loves LUV, by the way. All right, that's going to be it for me, for myself, for CPZ, for the gang. This has been Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.